Okay, I'm going to quickly show you how to build a report inside of BI360. Just a couple of things. One, you see that I have a blank sheet in Excel and I have all of my data. This is not just my ERP data, but it's all of the data across my organization. So you see things like my payroll. This could be an external payroll product. You see that I have things like Google Analytics. You could have your CRM system in here, really any information across the organization. And I can build a report by pulling payroll information into the same report where I would be pulling in general ledger information. So I can report off of all of the information inside of all the modules in BI360. So I'm going to start by building you a trial balance. And here you can see I've opened up my general ledger. I have all the dimensions associated with my general ledger. And I will start to format the report really quickly. So I'll do a trial balance, as I said. And format all the rest of my columns. So I can come back and change this at any point in time. So if my column widths are not exactly correct when I run the report, I can come back and adjust this afterwards. So put in my account here. All my headers, and now I'm just going to start pulling in the information. So here's my account. I drag my account in. As soon as I drag the account in, it's asking me how I'd like to filter my account groups. Do I want to do the selection across a row, down a column, or not at all? And you can tell by my headers that I'm going to filter across the row. So I select that. As soon as I do that, it brings my account into my layout editor, and it's asking me to filter those accounts. So I can filter accounts by quickly going select all these, but I don't want this one, or this one. Again, I can select this however I want. I could also use ranges, show me accounts from 1,000 to 4,000. I could also do roll-ups, multiple roll-ups. So revenue roll-up 1, revenue roll-up 2 is all revenue minus my service revenue. Again, an unlimited number of those, and I can do them however I want. So I'm going to just select a group of data just so I have enough in my trial balance. And we'll come down to this 84,000 account, and I say OK. Now I've made that selection of all those accounts. I need to pull in a description. So I'm going to find the description under account. It's an attribute of account. I pull in my description. At this time I could do an amount, but I like to kind of keep a certain flow going. So I'm going to go in and open up my period functions. And I have all these predefined period functions. So I'm going to pull in my year to date. I'm also going to pull in my last year to date, so find my last year to date here. I'll pull that in, and then I will write a variance formula. So now I can pull in my amount, and I need to just go back to my general ledger and scroll to the bottom here, and I will pull in my amount. And standard Excel functionality, I'll just drag that amount into column E, and then I'll write my variance. So equals this minus this. And I will add a total, and I will total up these rows, and you'll see that I just right clicked here. I'm in the design side. You see over here I'm in the design side, so if I right click, it will allow me to create all these hot functions, and I have one for create sum. So I just create sum, and again I just drag that across. So for all intents and purposes, I have just finished my trial balance, but I need to make this trial balance look a little bit more like a report. So I'll go up here and do all the things you would typically do in Excel. So make this look a little bit larger. And again, this is all just standard Excel stuff. Bold this, and let's get a dark blue in here. And how about we'll offset that with white. And bold this. I like to right justify my total, and maybe center my account here, and put in dollars. And let's also put a total box in here as well, and then put a comma separator in here. So, and I always got to do my logo, right? So you could just add in your logo in here if you have your company logo, right? But for all intents and purposes, the report is finished. I can now go over to the run side, and I can select the period to run the report. And you can see that I have all these periods that I can select from, or if I just know the period, I could just type it in. So I'm running this now for September 2015. I say run, and it's now going to run this report for me. So now you see that I have a trial balance. Now this is the point where if I wanted to make any changes, I could come in here and simply do that. So if I just go back into the design side, let's just say I don't want it to say last year to date. I just want it to say last year to date or year to date, right? I can do that, and then I can again go back and run the report and make sure that that report looks exactly the way that I want it to, and I finish the report in what would take me less than 5 minutes. So that's BI360 quick reporting, quick build of a report, and this is Mike Kimbrough from Solver. Thank you for joining me today.